All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. This is me, AD from Liverpool 4. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a Liverpool versus Real Madrid Champions League final from a Real Madrid point of view. So I did do a stream yesterday from a Liverpool perspective. So today we're going to specifically look from a Real Madrid point of view. Of course, all Real Madrid fans are welcomed, and so if you're a Real Madrid fan, I will send you the link. Okay, and obviously, as a Barca fan, I have to keep everything objective here, obviously. So as I said, if you guys want to know the Liverpool point of view, just check out yesterday's stream. You'll find it there. And obviously, I plan to stream here for around a maximum an hour. Okay, so like I said, there is that. So like I said, if you guys want the link, feel free to message me privately, and I'll be sending you a link there. Okay, so we're waiting for a guest to show up. So yeah, let's go ahead and before we get started, let's wait for some people to show up. Let's wait for my guest to show up because I sent the link to like 3 people, so those 3 people should be showing up very soon indeed. So yeah, let's wait for them. Right, and so yeah, also make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. Helps the channel grow. And yeah, we're at 3 likes right now, so we can get it 10 likes. That's pretty much my goal. That'd be greatly appreciated. So I'll be reading some of your comments as well. Right. One of my friends told me he'll be there in 2 minutes. So and yeah, maybe I should get my headphones on as well. Okay, so all right. So let me get my tabs ready. Let's see. This is a nice image, man. So actually, is there a way I could like hey, hold it, let me do something. Good evening to you. Hello, Matt's channel. Yeah, I know it's pretty late for you. So it's okay if you can't stay on for a while. So yeah, congrats you're here. And yeah, we're gonna be waiting. We're just waiting for my guest to show up before we really get started. It should be an interesting final. Yeah, I do agree, man. It's gonna be a good final, man. Hopefully, it lives up to expectations, and hopefully, it doesn't be a dull final. So, yeah, we're still waiting for our my guest. He should be here in a few seconds, I would imagine. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we've got 4 people here, man. So let's go. But yeah, as I said, I'm just waiting for my guest to show up. So that's why I haven't like officially started yet. So we're 5 minutes in, and yeah, as I said, so tell me your thoughts about this final, guys. Um, you know, that kind of thing. And let me put the banners up here. Here we go. There's the banner right here. So here we go. We should be getting started soon. All right, we have our guest here, so I guess we should get started.
Yeah, bro. You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, cool.
All right, so let me look at the comments real quick, and then I'll let you speak. So the Champions League final will be on the same day as the League Two playoff final. Luckily, I don't need to go there. Although being in London for two finals could have been fun. Yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for letting me know, Matt's channel. All right, so Jabari, man, how are you feeling about this Champions League final?
So, general thoughts first.
Wait, what do you say?
You, you want me to say my general thoughts first?
Wait, can you repeat that again? I couldn't hear you properly.
Oh, do you want me to say my general thoughts first?
Oh yeah. Say your general thoughts first. Yeah.
Well, for the neutral, it should be an entertaining game. It should be a really entertaining game. The two teams who like to play attractive football, attacking football. But from the Real Madrid perspective, it really nerve-wracking for me because Liverpool are a dangerous team. I know the damage that it could cause and it could bring to our defense, especially with the likes of Diaz and Mane on form. So yeah, I quietly confident, but not overconfident.
That's good to hear. So yeah, because like for Real Madrid, we know that their record in finals is very, very prestigious. And I was actually looking the other day. The last time you guys lost to Champions League final, which was 1981, and that was, you know, which team
Mm,
that is against? It's against Liverpool, and it's actually I
yeah,
believe it's the same
in
same
Paris,
stadium
yeah,
as well. Yeah, so maybe you could rectify that and
yeah.
get
A
revenge.
crazy record though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very interesting there. So um, yeah. So my thing about this is that for um for Real Madrid in particular, uh like did you like the journey to get here must have been like ridiculous. Like it was a crazy path, you know, knocking out teams like PSG, Chelsea, and Manchester City, and getting to the final. Like who would have thought like it like 2 seasons after 3 seasons sorry after Ronaldo left, you guys would already be in another final this soon.
yeah, bro. It's been a roller coaster of a campaign so far. Um, from the PSG game to the Chelsea game. I, I
Yeah,
wouldn't classify the Chelsea game as a comeback because we had the lead already, but but if you understand what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, and then the City game to make it to the final was for me the best one out of all of them. But I enjoyed the PSG game the most because you know of the stakes that it had and everybody right us off and stuff.
yeah. So yeah, definitely, and obviously the Manchester City one was probably the craziest of the three.
For real, two goals in like 80 seconds, 80 something seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, man, it's quite phenomenal, and obviously, even as a rival fan, I have to admit, you guys have been the most entertaining team in the Champions League, and it's crazy how you guys are on here because at one hand, I obviously don't want you guys to win, but on another hand, I also feel that if you guys do win, it does make La Liga look a lot better. I feel like you guys are really helping La Liga out this season.
Yeah, facts. Especially with Atletico and Barcelona. Their
Yeah,
feelings this season. But Villarreal did
yeah,
did did fairly well for their club and the structure of their club as well.
yeah. Hello, Vass.
So, so we have company.
Yes, yeah. So Yeah, me and Jabbar were just talking about like how getting to this Champions League final is like probably something that probably many of you guys probably didn't expect. If I'm like honestly, like, let me ask you guys a quick question here. Where did you guys predict expect Real Madrid to make it this far this season in the Champions League?
No, I expected nothing. Trophyless.
Wow,
For
interesting.
me,
How you do?
the round of 16 for me. Once we got drawn against PSG, I thought I didn't think that we'd have make it past PSG, to be honest.
Mm, yeah, you know it's interesting. When I did my round of 16 predictions, I actually had you guys beating PSG. Uh, so yeah, I even had you guys beating Chelsea too. And now against City, I didn't. I thought City would beat you guys.
That's where I thought like it would be over.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you know what's interesting? Like, for me personally speaking, I think of all the semifinalists, this is probably the best final we could have had, just because of the fact that you have the two most prestigious teams in the Champions League, and because like let's be real, Man City, Liverpool, we had seen that so often this season, and then obviously Man City, Villarreal, it just wouldn't really be exciting in my opinion, and then obviously Real Madrid, Villarreal wouldn't really be this. It would be kind of boring as well, you know.
Yeah, it
So
would be very boring.
Yeah,
you
facts.
know. So I feel like for me, if you're looking from a neutral point of view, this is the best final you could have asked for, in my opinion. You know. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah. So now that we've discussed about your general feelings, I guess we can discuss about how do you think Real Madrid is going to set up in this final, and like I guess tactics we
Conservative.
could discuss here.
Conservative. I
Conservative.
think both teams are going conservative. I think we can expect to face some pressure from Liverpool for the first like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, but then after that they're going to go conservative as well. I don't think anybody wants to give anything away. Trent, like he's very attacking, but he's going to have to watch out for Vinicius. I think he's going to do a good job on Vinicius, but that'll limit him from getting involved in the attacking side of the game. And I think Salah, Benzema, all these guys are going to be pretty isolated, and I think it's going to be a pretty tight game for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I agree, but I would say that I expect a very open game as well, especially in like 10-minute periods over the game because we have both teams like to attack. But at the same time, Liverpool have played more games than us this season, and one could argue that we are probably more match sharp and match fit than them because the amount of games that they played and the injuries that are picking up recently and stuff. So I think that could play a factor as well, fitness wise.
Yeah, that's very true indeed. Vass makes a really good point. This final can be very conservative because obviously, both teams don't want to lose, right? Obviously
Yeah.
both teams want to win. And so, and generally speaking, a lot of the finals we've seen recently have been always been very close, you know.
hmm
Um, and so yeah, how would you expect Real Madrid or Ancelotti to line up for this final?
I think the only question is it's going to be the same lineup as the Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge. The only question is it going to be Fede on the right or is it going to be Rodrigo? Um, I would guess it would be Fede because Rodrigo's so impactful from the bench. That's how it's been. But it could be Rodrigo as well. But if you're going with a conservative approach, it's better to go with. I'd say it's better to go with Fede.
Hmm, that's fair enough. Yeah, welcome, Bash.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
just
what's
discussing
up, bro?
lineup for Real Madrid.
Yeah. There's another question actually is whether Nacho or Alaba is going to play. It depends on Alaba's fitness, but I trust Nacho. He's better at center back. We talked about that after the City game. He's better at this position in some ways. He locked up City pretty well with Casemiro in front of him. I don't know. City's attack is like I think it's a little bit better than Liverpool's, even though Liverpool have individual brilliance more so than City. I think City as a collective like pose a greater attacking threat. They scored more goals in the league than Liverpool, so I would trust Nacho as well. Him and Militao did okay against the same team last season in the quarterfinal too, so I'd be okay with either one.
I actually kind of agree with you. Um, because I feel like Liverpool's front three, as good as they are, I don't really feel they work as a team. I feel like they work best as individuals. I don't really feel like they
Yeah,
have that synergy like together. I feel
yeah,
like I just don't really feel it. Whereas Man City, although they may not have as the quality as Liverpool do, at least like the individuals wise, they
yeah.
worked far better together. So
hmm
that'll be interesting. Yeah. What about Militao? I've heard Militao's been making some mistakes recently.
Yeah, he looked better against Betis, definitely. Because I think because he was rested midweek, so he needed a bit of a break, and he came back and he looked a little bit better. So against Betis, and Betis are a decent team, so that was a good warm up for him.
Yeah.
But my thing with Nacho though is that when we trying to build up from the back, his ball progression naturally isn't as good as Alaba's.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what worried me. It was great. If you remember the first leg against Man City, where Alaba was half fit, we struggled to progress the ball well in that game. And I would say a half fit Alaba would be a risk going into the final, especially against a own form Salah, Mane, and probably Diaz. So that's my take on that.
Yeah. So are you all in agreement that pretty much the Real Madrid team is pretty much going to be the standard, except the big questions will be the center back partner and the right winger?
Yeah, those are the only two questions.
Nah, he'll pretty much start the same team against City and Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has to. He has to because we need Rodrigo and Camavinga off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Yeah, that's probably expected. And yeah, that's probably very much expected. Um, I will say though, I think for Real Madrid, like I said, you guys mentioned Camavinga, Rodrigo. I think those could be really good super subs that could really change the game.
Yeah, and even Asensio could be if it goes to extra time and there's tired legs everywhere. Even Asensio could be a good substitute. I think. Yeah, obviously, he's
Yeah,
not a good starter, but off the bench, it's a different prospect.
yeah, definitely. And I think he scored in the Champions League final before, I believe.
He has. He's scored a lot of goals in the Champions League, and he scored against Liverpool last season too. So he's off the bench.
Yeah.
Nah, since he was finished, man. Since he was finished.
Off the bench, man. Strictly off the bench. I mean, he came off the bench against City, and he was okay against tired legs. So.
Yeah, true.
I'd keep him on the bench. I wouldn't even bother with that guy, to be honest
So
with you.
you prefer Hazard?
Bro, Hazard has no fitness. I'd rather just play that guy if it comes to goals.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't handle, bro.
Maybe try Hazard out. I mean, he scored against Liverpool too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's finished though. But yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's interesting because, like I said, for Real Madrid, as I said, like it's been interesting how you guys line up, and obviously the super subs can make a difference. And obviously Liverpool, we know they have super subs too that can also make the difference. Where do you think like Liverpool is most vulnerable? What would you guys say?
I think they're the most vulnerable. Like it's not their 11. Their vulnerability is actually that they're working against the clock because I think Liverpool like would want to kill the game quickly because I think they get weaker as the time starts to drain. And against Chelsea, especially in the extra time, they didn't look that good in either the Carabao Cup final or the FA Cup final. But the thing is that whereas Chelsea are bringing on Ross Barkley and RLC. We're bringing on Camavinga, Ceballos, Rodrigo. So I think they would want to finish us off quickly because that's when they have the most energy. And then, like, if the game goes on for longer, I think we can finish them. So, like, for me, it's really the drain, the physical, like, draining that goes with playing a 90 to 120 minutes because it really, like, slows them down and slows down their press.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question here. So let's just say hypothetically, right? I'm saying hypothetically. If it goes to penalties, would you guys be confident if it goes to penalty shootout?
No, it's 50-50 in penalty shootout for me.
I'll back Courtois over Allison for sure.
That's true too.
But that's the only thing.
Yeah.
With the kickers, I don't know. Takers, it's gonna be difficult. That's a 50-50. But goalies, Courtois any day.
Yeah, I would say this right now. I think I think Real Madrid probably have I think Courtois is better with penalty stopping. I think Liverpool are probably the better penalty takers, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, facts.
Definitely.
And they already won 2 penalty shoutouts this season. So yeah, so that might be something that could be really bad for you guys. Like if it goes to penalties, that could really favor Liverpool.
Yeah,
so
I want us to kill the game in 90 minutes, but I can't take penalty shootouts.
Yeah. So it's very interesting indeed. Yeah, I also say another weakness I think Liverpool have is their high line. I know I was discussing yesterday with my Liverpool friends, and they were discussing that even Villarreal, like Benfica, and even Inter to some extent, like they caused issue. Even Atletico Madrid as well. Like Liverpool's defense isn't all that spectacular.
Yeah. Even if you watch them today against Wolves, bro, Wolves had good chances that they should have done better. Every team Liverpool plays, they always get chances. So it's a matter of us being clinical enough to take our chances.
Yeah.
And actually, the best time to score for us, the best time to score for us, because like I think from the 20th minute to maybe the 80th minute, Liverpool is going to be very tight defensively because it's a final, and Van Dijk and Matip and Konate are so good. I think they can contain our attack from that minute to minute 80. But like the thing is that they'll be more vulnerable at the very beginning because I think they're gonna come out and try and get an early goal. And I think it helped to play Man City because Man City are so good at that and they punished us early on, so we know what to expect. So actually, in the first 20 minutes when Liverpool's really coming on, that's when we should try and get in behind and like score against the run of play. Or like the other very good option for us is to score later on in the game when their legs are tired.
Yeah, that's very true indeed. Because like I said, I think Liverpool would definitely be cautious of the game. It's really interesting. I also find this really interesting. Liverpool haven't beaten any top 4 team in the season in the EPL. Like, They didn't even beat Tottenham. They didn't beat City. They didn't even beat Chelsea. All the games they've drawn, basically.
Yeah. That's one reason I think it's going to extra time because we went to extra time against City and Chelsea at the end of the 2 legs, and then they've drawn all their games. So like I just feel like everything is pointing to like a 1-1 in 90 minutes, and that we'll probably have to finish them in half an hour of extra time.
Yeah, and I was also looking. I saw a lot of the finals this season. A lot of the finals went to penalty shootouts, like DFB Pokal, Europa League final. Let's see what other ones. Obviously, I think the Copa del Rey. Obviously, let's see. I'm trying to think. Carabao Cup. Oh yeah, and then FA Cup as well. Like a lot of the finals went to penalties, so I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to penalties too, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Imagine Militao stepping up the kick up penalty.
Yeah. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how that happens because like let's just say hypothetically, right? Let's say Liverpool score first. Do you have the confidence to make a comeback in the final? Because you guys have made comebacks pretty much against. You pretty much have been the kings of comebacks.
Depends on how they do it. If they take a 2-goal lead like City did in the first leg, then I don't think. I think they'll be too composed to give up a 2-goal lead like that within just 90 minutes. But if it's just 1 goal, then yeah, we can come back from that.
Yeah, what do you think, Bash?
Definitely. We're the comeback kings. We could definitely come back. If Liverpool, the thing about Liverpool is they're very fatigued right now, and they could have rested some guys today, and they couldn't afford to because obviously the situation that happened in the Premier League. So with us making the changes with Rodrigo and bringing in Camavinga and just making our changes, our usual suspect changes, maybe bringing in Vasquez at right back after Carvajal. He's going to be busy with this guy Diaz, man. Diaz is a problem. So my only thing is I think we could come back, but I think it'll be a draw by like around 60, 70 minutes, and then we're going to take over. I see us winning. It's going to be difficult, but I could see like a 2-1, to be honest.
Exactly. That's my prediction too, actually. Extra time.
Yeah, definitely. Liverpool are very fatigued, so we have to take advantage. We've been resting, so we just have to go for it.
Yeah, that was one of Liverpool's big issues last season because remember they had a lot of injuries, especially their defense. Obviously Van Dijk was injured, Matip was injured. I believe who else was injured? I think Robertson was injured at one point too last season.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because, like I said, I think that's going to be very key. And another point that we have to discuss about Liverpool, I think defensively could be a huge problem for them is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I remember last time you guys played against Liverpool, Vinicius pretty much exposed him.
Yeah, if he wants to do that, I think Liverpool is, like I said, is going to go conservative after maybe the first 15, 20 minutes. But they'll try and score. I think they'll try and score an early goal if before very quickly going back into a more conservative shape. So in that time frame, like that's when Vinicius has to, I think, take advantage of Trent because Trent's gonna push up like a little bit at the beginning of the game, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Obviously, I think I remember Cruz. Cruz had like 2 assists. Remember, he was pretty much like a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, do you think Cruz could actually come up big in this kind of game like that again?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, he has to for me, bro. Because this season, I don't think that he has been his best. Well, in the big games, he definitely. Well, for me personally, I know certain people um don't really rate him again and the scene he finished and thing. But for me, I still appreciate what he brings to Real Madrid and the sense of calm that he offers everybody and his ability to dictate the tempo and the pace of the game. So yeah, for me, Cruz will be key in this game. He's one of the most important factors if we are to win this final. Solely because Liverpool play high tempo football and he would be the one to keep the ball and recycle it from left to right and spread and play long diagonals when needed to Vinicius and probably
Yeah,
Freddy.
yeah. I noticed Cruz is really good with set pieces. He's very, very good at that kind of stuff, like free kicks, corners. Like he's very good with his deliveries. So he could be very crucial in this kind of game. For me, it depends whether Liverpool plays a high line or not. Because if Liverpool do not, I don't really know if Cruz can be that effective. But if they do play a high line, then I think Cruz can be very effective.
They will. They will. They'll play Highline. They've played Highline the whole year.
Yeah.
And Thiago is injured as well today. He came off injured today.
Oh,
See, for me, that's crucial. So we have like two good pass masters in Cruz and Modric. If last season when we played Liverpool, Henderson was the one who was injured, and then because Henderson was injured, like usually in the midfield battle, he would be paired up with Cruz in the press, but because of the lack of the presence of Henderson, like Cruz had a lot more space because Keita is like not that good at pressing and work rate compared to Henderson. Um, this time Henderson will be there, so I think he'll block Cruz better than they did last season. But the thing is, Thiago not being there, I think gives Modric more space. And similar to the Chelsea game, I think the onus to release the pass is going to be more on Modric this time, and he can do it. Like he can give lobs inside and outside of the boot, especially. So I think his press resistance and ability to break the lines is going to be crucial, actually more than Cruz this time, just because of the fitness situation of Liverpool and the fact that Thiago is not going to be there, but Henderson is.
yeah. So yeah, I make this clear. I think everyone from Real Madrid is fit. I don't think anyone's injured, right?
Mhm.
No.
Okay, that's good. That's very good to have, especially for a final like this. For Liverpool, I don't really think. I think almost everyone is available except Thiago. I think he might
Yeah,
be, and I think Van Dijk and Salah are going to play in that final.
yeah, they will.
Fabinho, I'm not sure if Fabinho is fit as well.
Yeah,
Oh
Fabinho's
yeah,
not 100%.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I don't think he played today, right?
No, no.
No,
So yeah, he
but
might
for
be
him
just
it
be
was always
rested
going
for
to be
them.
last minute. It was always going to be last minute because it's an exactly a 3 week injury, and I think he got injured like the match before the Carabao Cup final. So I think like
Mm.
he was gonna miss today's game anyway, but he supposedly he's gonna get fit sometime this week. So yeah, it could be something that we could exploit and counters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
such an
won't be.
important player.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
won't be match fit and match sharp.
Yeah, I imagine Liverpool will still use him in the final just because of how integral he is.
Yeah,
No, of course, of course.
So and it's gonna be interesting. So I guess we're getting towards the tail end of the stream. So let me look at some of the comments here. So Liverpool's midfield should be Fabinho, Henderson, and Naby Keita. Losing Thiago, A and C is a loss. Yeah, I do agree. Thiago
facts.
is gonna be lost. Naby Keita. Oh yeah, Naby Keita. I don't know, man. We didn't discuss about it. Do you guys think he could do anything in this final?
He's gonna be up against Modric. Like in this situation, you remember the Chelsea game last season when like we were the ones attacking Chelsea, and Chelsea like were sitting back and just like picking us off on the counter. In
Yeah.
these kind of like just one-legged, like knockout games, one-off finals. I think like it's a slight advantage to be the more conservative team and to counterpunch Like especially when you have like press resistant midfielders like Cruz and Modric. So like Liverpool is like they're the bookies' favorite, so they are gonna like be a little bit more open. So it's gonna be Keita's job to press Modric, and I think Modric should be able to to break him and yeah release some passes. So I think that's definitely an advantage. Liverpool fans like flaunt a very impressive stat actually, which is that they very rarely lose games where Thiago and Fabinho start together. Then that's very true. They very rarely lose games when they start with that double pivot because they're both so good in the six that it's very difficult to penetrate it. But when one of them is missing, it's much easier to hit Liverpool on the counter and like create chances. So it's gonna be I feel an advantage that Naby Keita's here instead of Thiago because Thiago's like one of his underrated attributes is that he's very good at tactical fouling too, which is why Bayern miss him a lot. So yeah, when it comes to stopping Modric on the counter, like I would much rather go up against a Keita than a Thiago.
Yeah. Liverpool 11. Allison, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Kaita, Salah, Mane, Diaz. Ooh, that's a pretty good team.
Mhm.
So actually, let me ask you guys. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you guys. Which players you're most concerned with from Liverpool that can hurt Real Madrid?
I'd say
For
the
me,
front three.
for me, it would be Van Dijk. Well, Thiago injured now, so Van Dijk, Mane, and probably Keita instead of Thiago.
All right. What would you,
Uh,
Bash?
I'll, I'll say I'm just scared of set pieces, bro. We suck. We suck at hitting the ball out, man. So Konate or Van Dijk, I'm scared of those guys. Every time they have a
Oh
corner
yeah.
or a set piece,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
Yeah,
terrified.
Konate,
that's
man.
facts. That's facts.
Yeah, I'm terrified. So I'm scared of those guys. But in the attack, definitely Mane or Diaz. Salah, I'm not really afraid because Feli Valverde said today that he felt like it was a disrespect the way Salah has been talking, right? So I think our focus will be on Salah, but Mane and
Okay.
Diaz, they're gonna cause us problems, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Casemiro will be needed to stop Mane because he's kind of that false nine role now.
exactly, for sure. And
Yeah,
Casemiro was money against City, even though we took him off because obviously he wasn't 100% as well, and he was tired. But he's gonna be money. He's gonna be needed. He's well rested as well, so
Mhm.
we're gonna be all
Yeah,
right.
that's a yeah. He's
But
such an
but
integral
that's
player.
another reason why I prefer Nacho almost instead of Alba in some situations, especially like you said, the set pieces because he is better in the air. Like, and you saw it against City when we because against City the main way we defended them is stopping the early crosses. So like I feel when it comes to defending crosses and set pieces, like I would almost rather have Nacho.
Definitely, but the only thing is we need Alaba to play the ball from the back because
Hmm.
against City in the second leg, with Nacho and Militao, we really struggled to get the
Yeah.
ball out of the back. Unfortunately,
For real. But do you guys think that there's any chance that Firmino starts? So?
no.
No, I don't. I think Jota and Firmino are out of favor now.
I feel like
For
Jota
sure.
has big of a chance.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come off the bench. I don't even know if Firmino's gonna be involved. He might come off the bench, but Jota will come off the bench, and he's really their only bench weapon that concerns me because of his off the ball movement. But other than that, I think we have the better bench.
No, bro.
The
I'm
go
scared
on,
of
bro.
Firmino, bro, because the things that he could do in those pockets and pick out those passes and link up play. I'm glad that he isn't playing.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I just realized that there's always a player that nobody really expects to do well, but all of a sudden
Mhm.
they're like that player that wins the Champions League final. I mean, look at for last season we had Havertz. He was that player that nobody expected him to score, and he scored. And then the previous season you had Kingsley Coman, and
Kingsley
then
Coman.
so like who do you think is going to be that kind of player that will like change the like that could be that player that no one expects to perform all of a sudden, like that big game kind of player?
It could be Asensio, honestly.
I'm gonna go with Freddy.
Nah,
I think
Fede,
Freddy up the
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was going to say Fede as well.
Freddy as well. Yeah. Because Robertson, Robertson's he might struggle in that matchup, especially Robertson pushing up and Liverpool's midfield is really weak as well. So we're gonna have the four man in the midfield.
Mhm.
Freddy as like the
And
right
Fede,
winger who's really gonna tuck in.
Fede is due a long shot goal as
He,
well.
I hope he scores a screamer. I hope so, bro.
Yeah. And not only that, but I think Fede is going to be like crucial to give Carvalho cover against BS. I think that's his main function actually in this game.
Exactly, because Liverpool are gonna spam those crosses. They know we're weak, so they're gonna spam them in, bro.
Oh yeah, make sure you guys mark Trent.
Yeah,
And he thinks that Diaz could possibly do to Carvalho. I don't think I'll be able to view it on TV.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
yeah. What about Ferland-Mendy? What do you think about him? Because he's kind of a weird player, I would say.
and he's not a really like his only weakness is that his crossing isn't good. But like his dribbling is very good. So I mean, him and Casemiro are gonna have to have a crucial game to stop Salah. He did okay last time. Yeah, I think like because defending is his strong suit. Like I trust him in this situation.
Have to agree.
Yeah.
I've never understood the hate from Mendy though. Especially after 18-19 Marcelo and his defending. I'm just glad to have somebody who could actually defend.
Exactly. We just need a right back who attacks for next summer, bro.
Yeah, I heard Ferland-Mendy, when he's under pressure, he doesn't do very well. I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
I think he's pretty press resistant. I think he's very good at dribbling. I mean, you saw him in that Classico. Remember that moment when Barca was pressing high and he like went past like 4 or 5 players beating the press? I think he's pretty press resistant.
Oh yeah, and well, remember the first leg, and against Man City, I think he was the one that gave Benzema that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. Wasn't a great
So-
cross, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like his crossing isn't that good, but I think defensively he's very solid.
Yeah,
He's solid.
and I think like
And that's what-
when it comes to Mendy, like we already faced the more dangerous team for him in Man City because the way that Man City press, they don't want you to build from the back through your back 4 or back 5. So they'll press the defense more, whereas Liverpool they'll put pressing traps in the midfield. So I don't think Mendy has to worry as much as he did against compared to Man City.
But Liverpool don't necessarily press here, but they counter press here. So when they lose the
more in
ball,
the midfield.
yeah, when they lose the ball, they chasing on like madmen. So for me, that's why I said Cruz will be key in progressing the football and making sure everything tick.
Yeah. Let me see some more comments. Mark Levenson said Liverpool win 3-1. IMO 3-1. Interesting. Actually, it is. You know what's interesting, guys? I realize that every time Liverpool Real Madrid play, at least recently, to my knowledge, it's always ended 3-1.
I mean, yeah, the last 2 occasions.
So I wouldn't be surprised it ends 3-1 here. Klopp said he'll be ready. Okay. Yeah, I think it's about the Fabinho thing. Who would you guys want for your 5 penalty takers? Ooh, that's an interesting question. That's really interesting.
Oh man.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
Cruz has to be one for sure. Benzema has to be one for sure.
Yeah.
Modric,
And tell me the order. Okay, let's name the players and tell me the order afterwards.
Yeah. Vas, what'd you say, bro? Benzema and Cruz, right?
Benzema, Cruz. You know what? Actually, it's not. Penalties aren't really about football, man. Like this guy is a very good penalty taker, Eden Hazard. So Eden Hazard, I think, would be one of my 5 because of his experience and the fact that he's taken a lot of penalties at Chelsea. The fact that he's probably going to be practicing penalties like with the team on the training ground. I would actually trust him in when it comes to penalties, to be honest.
But have you seen like players who come off the bench to kick penalties recently? They haven't really been convincing.
Just bring him off the bench earlier, man. Like earlier in the extra time, maybe like at least give him like 15, 20 minutes of running around.
True. But I agree though. I would still trust Hazard to score his penalty.
Yeah, I think Hazard would be not a bad choice.
Modric has to be one as well, no? So
Yeah, Modric, I would agree.
Here's
So,
another
let's
one.
see.
Here's another one. Marcelo.
Marcelo.
that's a
Oh.
good shout. Yeah.
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 But Alaba, I think Alaba for the experience and being a leader.
Alaba, absolutely. I think those
Alaba.
5, man. Those are 5 good penalty takers.
But then I don't know
wait.
because you can't go with Cruz and Modric because one of them is going to come off or Camavinga.
Yeah.
So you're going to
Cruz
have
for
to
sure. Carl going to take off Cruz for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Lucas Vasquez, man?
Yeah, 2016. Then All Black, has All Black ever saved the penalty? You know, in a crucial moment. So Allison,
Bro.
I don't know, man. That could be a different kind of fish.
I feel like Rodrigo's a good penalty taker. I feel like I trust Rodrigo more than
Yeah.
Vinicius in penalties. I
Yeah.
think he has a better just like when it comes to this, I feel like his right foot is better.
And
Alright.
he ice cold as well. He ice in his veins.
Yeah. So what would your who would your first who's the very first one gonna be? Because that's really important.
Benzema.
Benz,
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Second one.
maybe Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Nah,
Go with-
Rodrigo.
Go to a youngster there.
Yeah,
Second.
yeah, Rodrigo.
Okay. Third one.
Cruz.
Cruz. Okay. Fourth one.
Alaba.
Alaba, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then the final one. The fifth
I'll,
one.
I'll say
Oh, maybe
Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Marcelo or
Yeah,
Hazard.
captain. That would be a
Yeah,
story.
Marcelo.
Yeah. You know, those I think those are pretty good. Because the order is really important. We got to keep that in mind. You know,
Mhm.
especially the first and fifth. I would say those are the two really important ones. So yeah, I guess we'll go to your predictions now, and then I guess we'll wrap up soon. So for me personally, I haven't given my predictions yet. I'll probably do a separate video later. Maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll actually give my predictions there. I won't reveal here.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Bash, what's your prediction, man?
2-1 Real.
Yeah, like you said,
90
we. Oh, Bash. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah. It's cool. Wait, you said me, right?
yeah.
Yeah. 2-1. I'm gonna go with Freddy and Benzema to score, and then for them, oh man, wow, I could see Mane.
Ooh,
Yeah, I could see Mane scoring for them.
yeah, that's interesting.
For sure. Yeah.
What would you, Vass?
Yeah, I think we talked a lot about how finals are going to pens. But I feel like this is gonna be the one to break the trend. Like when we played Atletico in 2016, I kind of felt a possibility that there could be pens, but otherwise for the rest of the finals and this final too, I just don't feel it. I just don't feel that it's gonna go all the way, like the way that it did with Chelsea. I think for better or for worse, somebody's gonna win, either in extra time or in 90. So I'll say 2-1 Madrid, either and it's gonna be 1-1 for most of the game, and then maybe a late winner either in the 90 or in extra time. So 2-1.
Yeah, who do you think is gonna score? I'm keen to hear this. It's really interesting.
Yeah, Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's gonna score for Real Madrid. For Liverpool, I think their goal is not gonna come from a corner. It's gonna come from kind of a rebound after a corner. So I'll say maybe either could be Van Dijk or it could be Mane. Honestly, I think even last season Mane was pretty good against us overall in the two legs. He did more than Salah. So I would say Mane. Or it could be even a deflected goal from Diaz, against Tottenham. So something like that. And then for the winner, could come from anybody. So I'll say Modric scores the winner. Actually,
Ooh, wow, that'd be crazy. Oh, you, Jabari.
Yeah, bro. What I would want a 1-0 to Real Madrid with a 95th minute Benzema penalty after a controversial VAR decision, just to see the tears on the timeline. That would make me satisfied. But I think that we win 3-2.
Ooh,
cool man.
With
Who's up?
Benzema, Vinny, and I think Freddy would score as well. And for Liverpool, probably Mane and Henderson.
Henderson, that's an interesting shout.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, man, this final man is gonna be really interesting, and part of me thinks this could be a high scoring final. We haven't seen a high scoring final in a while, guys. We just haven't, and the Champions League wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. But we're gonna be motivated thanks to that guy who snicked us yesterday. You feel me? So
Yeah.
yeah,
A certain Frenchman, yeah.
Yeah, let's not mention that guy's name.
yeah. No. Never from me. Never again.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you know what's really interesting? Mohamed Salah, he's been talking a lot in that he really wants to get Real Madrid and gets revenge and
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And Mohamed Salah, man, if you don't show up, that you're gonna get clowned a lot. Let me just say that right
dare-
now.
Yeah.
I
And
dare
he
Salah
doesn't
to
have
drop
to
a
score, but at
stinkers.
least play well, you know.
AD, all I'm gonna say is we played them last year, so it's not really a revenge when we do a back-to-back on them. Even though they had injuries, we had injuries as well to our center backs. We had a lot of injuries as well. So
Yeah.
Salah's talking like last year didn't happen. It was only
Yeah.
the only time we faced him was 2018. So he's just talking a lot of rubbish, bro. I'm not listening to Salah at all.
Yeah, it's like it's COVID tax, man. COVID tax or something. That's why he's
Exactly.
not
He better score. I'm telling you, the way he's talking, he better score. Because if he
Or
doesn't
at least
score,
get
if he doesn't
or at
score,
least
we're
get
coming for him.
at least get an assist. At least like get a goal or assist. At least do something.
For sure. The way he's talking, I need a goal. Forget an assist. I need a goal.
Yeah.
Trust
Or
me.
at least like play well. Yeah.
Trust me.
It's
Bro.
interesting.
Salah doesn't play well, bro. Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've heard people say that when it comes to final, Salah just doesn't do much.
Very limited. Especially in finals.
Uncomfortable conversations.
Like,
Yeah, so
I don't
Yeah,
want to
man,
get
this-
attacked by them Scousers, bro. So I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
but yeah, man, it's gonna be a good final on. I'm definitely as a neutral man. Oh man, this final's gonna be interesting as heck. I like I said, I feel like this might be like the best matchup in the Champions League we could have had in recent years. I feel like this could definitely be one of the best finals we've had. Definitely, and I don't mean this in terms of goals. I mean like in terms of, like entertainment, because overall the last couple of finals, man, they've been kind of dry. Like it's not really been that exciting from start to finish. You know, there's been really, it's been either one sided or it's been like kind of like what's the word called again? Kind of boring. That makes sense.
Yeah, the last good one was 2020. To be fair, Bayern PSG. That was for 1-0. That was very entertaining.
Yeah,
That was a good
true.
game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
That was a proper final.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? I was looking at this. Remember how Liverpool they played in that 2019 Champions League final? They played very defensive that kind of final. So, do you think that, let's just say hypothetically, if they have an early lead against you guys, do you think they'll play like very defensive afterwards?
I do think he's gonna come with a conservative approach. Like regardless, like even if they don't score after the 15th minute, 20th minute, like I think they're gonna go conservative because they don't want to lose. And they've not beaten any of the big teams this season in domestically, but they've not lost either. So it's very difficult to beat Liverpool. Yeah, I think they'll go with a conservative approach.
Yeah. Yeah, even Man City couldn't beat them, which is really interesting.
Yeah, they played very well too, but yeah, Liverpool just like they're a tough team to beat, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, man, like I said, this will be very interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys can enjoy my post-match reaction on here, regardless of whether you guys win or lose. Because I know there's some like fans like when they lose they just don't show up, or there's that kind of thing. So you guys can join if you guys want.
It will be on the same day.
Yeah, I'll do like right after the match ends, basically.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be home after the game, so I'll see.
Yeah, like join if you can. Obviously, I don't no pressure or anything like that. So yeah, it'll just be nice to have like a fan from each respective team for that post match thing. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting as I said, and obviously, I'm looking forward to this because as a fan, as a Barca fan, this will be really interesting because I think Barcelona fans are generally, I think both teams they generally don't really like too much. If I'm being honest, like from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. It's like
imagine we win number 14 in Paris.
Oh,
yeah. And, did you see the post that guy posted?
No,
I was gonna support.
I don't want to speak about that.
That waste man, bro.
Speak about him.
Yeah. And if you guys do win that Champions League final, that guy it's gonna be looking really funny now.
It's gonna look funny. I can't wait for that.
I got a question though. Do you think the fact that it's gonna be, I mean, we know in 2014, like Ronaldo scored that penalty in Lisbon, of course, in being Portuguese. So do you think the final being in France and in the Stade de France is going to impact Benzema?
Ooh, yeah, maybe even Camavinga as well. You could argue.
Yeah, Mendy. We have a lot of French players.
Yeah,
that's a good shot to be fair.
Actually, you make a very good point. And then remember 2018, it was take place in Cardiff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Then, but we didn't really use the man. So.
Yeah, he turned up in Kiev. That's what he did.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, 2018. Yeah, I think Cardiff was 2017.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. But yeah, that could definitely be a good factor, and maybe he could score like the late winner, as Jabari mentioned earlier. And obviously Liverpool fans, and it would be kind of crazy. And some were even saying it's like kind of like a Ballon d'Or kind of battle, like between Salah and Benzema, and
Yeah,
like whichever wins or probably is going to probably win the Ballon d'Or. Even though I think Benzema should win it, regardless whether it wins it or not. But you just know the Ballon d'Or is based on like the whole trophies thing, which is like really dumb. But they're probably going to use that to base it who wins this.
Mhm.
So obviously, I don't think you guys really care about that much. So
Not during the game. No, I mean, I would just want him to score. That's it.
Bro,
yeah,
I just want to win the trophy, bro. I don't care about who's scoring.
Exactly. Number 14 is important, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
yeah. And Liverpool, if they do win, this would be their number 7, I believe. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a clash of the Titans.
yeah, it is a Clash of the Titans, and but very very interesting. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I feel like Barcelona fans like it's kind of like I don't think either team they really like or respect. So it's gonna be very it's kind of like a lose for us fans, but we just have to stick it up, and just watch to see what happens. But yeah, man, as I said, it's gonna be very interesting. Obviously, I'm gonna look forward to this, and yeah, man, this Champions League final, man, and Real Madrid, man, number 14 in the year 2022. How crazy would that be?
Do
And I'm
you
actually
want to know
before
how I look at it? Like,
yeah, sure.
I look like so with regards to Barca fans, like if Madrid win it, we won't let you guys talk to us. But if Liverpool win it, like you guys won't get them to stop talking.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's also really interesting. I want to ask you guys this quick question, then I guess we can head out afterwards. Would you guys say this is probably the most impressive Champions League campaign you guys have had, and most difficult run you guys have had in recent years?
Most difficult.
Yeah, right.
I would say yeah. I would say yeah. It definitely has been the most entertaining, but I would say difficult as well because you played Chelsea, who are the holding champions. You played Man City, who now are the official Premier League champions, and PSG as well. So I would say yeah.
It's been the most stressful one as well. So
Facts.
Yeah,
it's put us through a lot of pain, man. Especially City and PSG, most definitely, and even Chelsea, all of it.
Yeah.
So
it's the hardest one. It's the hardest one because this Madrid team isn't as good as the one from that 4 and 5 season. There's been a dip, and then we're kind of improving now, getting the best of Vinicius, getting Camavinga integrated, getting some younger players integrated, but still not as strong as those teams. But I don't think this is the toughest run. I think 2018 was probably the toughest run because we faced the Jupp Heynckes' Bayern team, and like even Man City, even Chelsea. Like I don't think I've seen any team dominate Madrid in the way that they did over 2 legs, especially Zidane's Madrid, where he likes to have control of the midfield. If this Madrid team were to face a Bayern team coached by Jupp Heynckes, like I don't think we would pass them.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember. Yeah, even you guys had a very difficult group in that group stage because let's be real, the group stage this season it wasn't really that hard.
Yeah, just Inter really.
Yeah, and then that group stage, you guys, I think you had Tottenham, Dortmund. I forgot the other team. You guys remember?
It was the Cyprian club.
Okay. Yeah. And then you guys came second because I think Tottenham actually topped the group, which was really
Tottenham
weird.
topped the group.
Yeah, and then in the round of 16 you placed. Yeah, in the round of 16 you played against PSG, which that was really interesting.
Yeah, very similar to this season too.
Yeah, and then on the quarterfinals, he played against the Juventus team, where we all thought it was done after the first leg, and then we all know what happened the second leg,
which was also very similar to the Chelsea tie.
Yeah, definitely you can argue. And then obviously in the semifinals, he played against a Bayern team, which, although to be fair, they were kind of like that Bayern team was kind of like really weird.
But it's the coach. It's the coach for me, man. Like Heynckes, like I mean, Barca fans, you have bad PTSD from Jupp Heynckes.
Yeah.
Like the thing is that guy, dude, like he was kind of like a Thomas Tuchel on steroids. Like he'll come up with a tactical plan, and then like the other coach won't be able to beat that tactical plan. Like he's a master tactician. Like I've never seen any tactician like this good since like Lippi or Sacchi.
Yeah. That's very interesting. And obviously the final, Liverpool. Honestly, nothing about it. That season is very similar to this season,
Yeah.
It is.
which is really interesting. So, yeah, I guess we should begin.
But I want to ask a quick question.
All right.
Which knockout tie this for this season has been you guys' favorite one?
PSG.
I'll say City because City were the best team that we played by far.
Fair.
What
For
about for
me-
you, Jabbar?
PSG for me, bro, because I don't think I ever felt that level of excitement as a Real Madrid fan. Like
Same.
when they come back. Yeah. So definitely PSG for me.
Sure, and AD.
Yeah, for me, it's a difficult one because I would say probably Man City, Real Madrid, just because of how crazy the aggregates were, and because
Yeah.
as good as the PSG Real Madrid, my issue is that the first leg is what's disappointing.
Very.
That's the problem. The second leg, I'll definitely put up there as one of the classics. I'll agree with that. But the first leg is what's really let me down for that tie. But the second leg, I'll definitely put it up there. But yeah, for me, Man City, Real Madrid.
Mhm.
Fair.
Yeah. So let me see some of your final comments. So Kool-Aid says, "Bad luck to Madrid. I wish them the worst. Let's be honest, Madrid don't lose finals." Yeah, that's true.
Cool, man. I can see you jinx, bro. Cool, I can see you jinx,
yeah.
man.
I do
No,
believe
it's
in
not
it. I
Kool-Aid
believe in
Apple.
this
Kool-Aid
thing.
Alucard. Yeah, so nice to see.
Kool-Aid Alcard. Yeah, Alcard.
I can
Yeah,
see you jinx,
so-
brother. Not allowing that, man.
All right. But yeah, I gotta say, man, Real Madrid, they've been the most exciting team in the Champions League. I know I shouldn't really be saying this, but dude, I'm a football fan, and you guys were the best. Like, no other team gave me this. No other team excited me this. No other team gave me this much drama in the Champions League. You know.
No, that's fair.
So
Man. Especially coming from a Barca fan. That's
Yeah,
fair.
bro.
Yeah, respect.
Respect for that.
Barca fans usually just hate and say it's luck, but I respect that.
Mhm.
yeah, this was unluck in my opinion. This definitely wasn't.
No
I
panic,
definitely
luck.
had a soft spot for MSN. I definitely had a soft spot for MSN, like if I have to say so.
Yeah. Yeah. As good as like I said, I tried to be as objective as I can. I obviously don't want to sound be too harsh or be too petty. And even though obviously I don't like Real Madrid, but I still respect them as a rival because we at least us two we're amongst the best. We were amongst the best in the world, amongst the best in Spain. At least we have a competitive record. Some other rivals are it's completely one sided.
Like City and Liverpool, the friendly rival, man.
Yeah,
Those
best
guys are
rivalry
jokers.
ever in Jamie Carragher's opinion.
Yeah.
and then Bayern and Dortmund,
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, that's not a rivalry.
Even Inter and AC is bigger than that. So
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
that's
sad.
really a good rivalry historically.
Yeah. Inter and AC Milan's a good one. I agree with that one. What's another good rivalry before you head off? I'm trying to think of some others.
I don't know if you
I
guys
would
are.
Juve Inter is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are into the whole Turkish thing, but I've lived in Turkey for at least 6 months, and those guys hate they kill each other, and they do
Dang.
stuff that's crazy, bro. Yeah, the fans are very Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. That's a big
Oh
rivalry,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I
Very
remember when.
dangerous.
Yeah, I remember when Barca went to Galatasaray. That stadium was pretty. That was a really feisty atmosphere.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro. And I was sitting with the Galatasaray fans, even though I wasn't supporting anyone. You don't want to be in there, I'm telling you. Yeah, definitely. Good experience.
Arsenal, Tottenham is another face rivalry too.
Definitely. Or Boca River as well. Eh?
I was about to say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good.
That one's insane.
I think for me, Barca Real Madrid is the best club rivalry, at least
Yeah,
right there.
it is.
Barca fans think that Barca. For me, I love revenge, bro, especially in football. That phone will still hit me to this day, for real. So I want revenge next season.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know. Let's have both teams fully fit because as good as that win was, I still feel as though that maybe Benzema played, it could have been a very different game.
Even
Yeah.
mentioned.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll obviously talk about that later and a later day. But yeah, as I said, I guess we're gonna round up here for today for the Champions League final. As I said, I wish the best. Actually, I shouldn't be saying this, but good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay, good luck in the final, and yeah, let's just see what happens. And obviously, as I said, and actually, before I head off, real quick, do you guys think Real Madrid winning the Champions League it would make La Liga make La Liga look good?
Yeah, and it's not just because of us; it's because of what Villarreal did too. So you have to give them a lot of credit.
Yeah,
Facts.
definitely,
100%.
Our run will matter as well, right? So people are gonna look at the run that we had and teams we faced.
Yeah.
That's gonna hopefully it's gonna put more eyes on La Liga again because the Prem is dominating us for now. But hopefully we take this Champions League, So
yeah. Yeah, as I said, like it's kind of weird. It's like at the same time, I don't want you guys to win. I also feel like if you guys do win, it would help the league so much that we would get more recognition. More of the bigger players would want to join us over the EPL and that kind of things, and it would definitely help the league a lot more, in my opinion.
Yeah, bro.
So,
They've been disrespecting our league for time now, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we definitely need to get some elite players, man. And unfortunately, we didn't get any elite players this summer.
Yeah, I mean, Haaland going to the Prem, like
Lewandowski maybe too.
Lewandowski. My issue with Lewandowski is I don't really feel like it's gonna be that hyped, if I would be honest.
I think it will be big.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's not even a guarantee he's going to join Barca. He might still stay at Bayern.
It makes Barca better though, a whole lot better.
Yeah. Lewandowski. Yeah, Lewandowski would definitely make the league look better, but I don't know if it would make the league I'm trying to think of the words. It would make it like on the same level as Premier League. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he would single-handedly.
No.
It just wouldn't happen. So, yeah, that's the issue. So yeah, I guess we're gonna round up here for today. So thank you guys for coming on here, Jabari and Bash. I'll definitely give a shout out to you guys on Twitter for you guys joining here, and you guys can retweet this to on other Real Madrid fans if you guys want. And yeah, as I said, thank you guys for people in the comments on Matt's channel. Thank you for commenting here, Mark Levinson, Kool-Aid. And thank you guys for participating. And like I said, make sure you guys share the stream with your friends. We're getting very close to 800 subscribers. That'll be awesome if you can get there before June. That'll be incredible. And of course, like the stream as well. Helps the channel grow. Comment down below your thoughts on the replay. So if you guys have any other additional points that we forgot to mention here, you guys can comment down below. So definitely and obviously like the stream, share the stream with your friends, and obviously check out me on my other platforms. You guys will find that in the description below. And yeah, guys, we should get it going. So take care, guys, and I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.
Sure, y'all have a good night.
Yeah, man.
Good night. Peace.